chance to play somebody other than themselves. They get so tired of seeing each other all week long in the practice gym. Here's the lineups. First of all, for the tonight visiting Los Angeles Clippers, newcomer Danilo Gallinari from Italy in his 10th year. Blake Griffin, a veteran returnee, signed a big new 5-year contract extension, 8-year man from Oklahoma. The center from Texas A&M, all defensive choice year after year, DeAndre Jordan. The backcourt combination, Austin Rivers returns, 6-year man from Duke, and Patrick Beverly is the new man at the point for the Clippers, 6-year veteran from Arkansas. For the visiting, right, I guess they really are the home team officially tonight. The Toronto Raptors will line up like this. C.J. Miles brought in from the Indiana Pacers. Serge Ibaka from Republic of Congo. Jonas Valanciunas from Lithuania. DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry, their high-powered backcourt. The coaches for tonight's ball game, Doc Rivers, the head coach of the L.A. Clippers. Guys all decked out, looking really good. Other end of the court, Dwayne Casey in his 7th year as the head coach of the Toronto Raptors. Rex Talamian, a former Clipper assistant, at his side there. Referees are Eric Lewis, Kevin Cutler, Leon Wood. I'm Ralph Lawler, along with Bruce Bowen and Michelle Margot. Little special edge in the air right now, huh, Bruce?
It is a special edge in the air. This is the first game, as you said earlier, Ralph. It's about guys getting a chance to play against someone else other than their own teammates.
You truly get sick of playing against these guys.
You know, your teammates, they know the plays. They cheat a little bit. Now you got somebody else to do all that stuff against.
So here's Beverly with it. Clippers win the opening tap. They'll have the ball to start the 4th quarter as a result. Gallinari battles inside. Got fouled by Mills. You mentioned, I think, in the pregame that he does get you to the line.
Exactly, and the fact that he's 6'10", going up against a smaller forward there. I like the fact that he took his time. When he didn't have the first shot, he backed it out and went ahead and got it again.
I hear people say that he's more of a natural power forward this point of his career, but at the other end of the court, he's going to have that advantage just about every night.
You know, and in this, you know, everybody's going to have something to say because he's yet to play with bona fide superstars in this game. This year, he got Blake Griffin. He also has another all-star in DeAndre Jordan. He's going to see a lot of different looks this year as compared to in the past.
90% foul shooter a year ago. Makes his first 2 here. But the Clippers are on the board first, lead at 2-0. A little full court pressure. You're going to see more of that this year than you've seen any time in recent years for the Clippers. Valanciunas at distance. Lowry, and he'll draw a foul and go to the line. Going to be against Austin Rivers. Austin gets the foul. I don't think we'll see the same lineup on Tuesday. Milos Teodosic, Lou Williams are getting a lot of time for this ball club.
Yeah, you know, and even now, right now, it's about communication. This is something that they talked about in day 1 of training camp is how can the Clippers be more communicative out there on the floor, especially defensively?
They just constantly harp on talking on defense.
It's important, Ralph. If you want to be able to compete at the highest level, you got to be able to communicate.
Now, DeAndre Jordan's always been good about that, but it's not a natural thing for a lot of guys. All 5 guys have to be a part of the verbal stream. We're tied at 2, all of the foul lines so far. New look uniforms for both ball clubs. Down low, another foul on Miles. He gets 2 in a row, and we aren't a minute old yet.
Yeah, and I like the fact that now you have Blake Griffin. He's getting pushed out a little bit, but there is a mismatch there, and it's about recognizing those things right now. Doc talked about he's not running a bunch of plays. He's allowing the guys to play the game of basketball, allow things to happen organically.
He says he doesn't think he's ever gone into a preseason game with less of his offense in. Here's Gallinari. The pick from DeAndre, the lob, the catch.
Good pass.
3 ball by Blake Griffin. Bingo.
I like the recognition of what DeAndre did there. He could have gone up with a jump hook, but he saw that Blake was wide open, and this is something that Blake has been working on, extending his range.
Got better last year, but he's going to really be a threat from there, I think, this season. DeRozan, an offensive machine. Valanciunas, nice step back.
You know, that's great defense by the Clippers there, and that was just a better offensive play there. I'll take that any day of Valanciunas shooting a fadeaway over DeAndre.
Clippers lead by a point. Griffin slips in a wet spot.
There it is.
Gallo to the hole from the other corner. Griffin will step in. Gallo could not finish it off.
A little overpassing there, but I talked about how Gallo will be able to create so many different opportunities because he moves without the basketball.
DeRozan, offensive scorer for sure, 6'5". Toronto leads. Gallo answers, but it will not fall for him.
This is what Doc wants. He wants them to push the ball, and you see, just because you get scored on doesn't mean you have to walk it up slowly. Take advantage of the defense in transition.
Foul on Beverly out front.
Look at this play. DeAndre gets the ball down low. People say he won't be able to get lobs now. We will see lobs for him. Defense sucks in. Pop. There's a free ball for Blake.
So the Raptors are bringing in. Second team foul the Clippers. Ibaka straight away off the back iron. Rebound. Valanciunas gobbles it up. Fire and a wing three by Miles.
Now in that situation, all the Clippers got to get back on the boards there. And again, this is training camp, first game of the season.
Griffin for three. Bingo. 2 in a row for BG. 9-8. Raptors by 1. Miles running left-hander puts it in. 3-point Raptor lead, 3 minutes into the ball game. Austin thought about the three. Beverly will let it fly. Bingo. The three ball falling. He was career 38%.
And this is what they're going to get. You're going to have opportunities. It's not just about one specific individual dominating the basketball.
Lowry answers bingo. We got a shootout in Hawaii.
We sure do. And they realize they're not playing one another now. When you have these three balls, these are good three-point shots. So when you look at the Clippers, they just have to tighten it up a little bit more on that defensive end and communicate more.
Clips are bringing in 17 the shot clock.
Look at Austin. He drives in, creates a double team there, and gets rid of the basketball. One of the things coaches don't want is players playing in traffic. Get off the ball if you have two people on you, just as Rivers did.
Clippers have been in Honolulu since Monday. Bad pass. They stepped out of bounds. Clippers got it right back. It's Monday. The Raptors didn't arrive until Friday.
Yeah, that pass, that's the second pass that Blake has had a lot of hot sauce on it. And that's what this is for. You start learning how to get that touch pass. You got to get back to the basics.
Blake for three more. Off the iron, rebound. Comes off to the Raptors. Lowry gets fouled by DeAndre Jordan.
That's a pretty good move by Lowry as far as being a veteran, really getting back and getting into DJ. He realizes that if he allows DJ to have space, he's going to eat up his shot.
Well, this backcourt combination of Lowry and DeRozan is a nightmare for any defensive
team, especially coming on for your first game in the preseason.
They averaged about 53 points a game against the Clippers in 2 games that were split a year ago. Hey, make plans to join us for the home opener against the Phoenix Suns on Sunday, October 21st. All fans in attendance receive an LED light-up wristband and opening night T-shirt courtesy of Agua Caliente Casino Resorts. Purchase tickets at AXS.com or visit Clippers.com to view the complete schedule. 5-point lead by the Raptors. Three ball by Beverly. Bingo. Patrick Beverly from afar. It's a 2-point game.
I like that movement there with the Clippers. They have to get more into that. It's not about just one particular individual dominating the basketball. You got to share the ball in order to get good looks.
Now, Doc will like that because they ran Ibaka off the three-point line.
But look who took the charge there, Ralph. It is my man, Patrick Beverly, that dog on defense. When you have a player that now gets the attention of the opponent, knowing that he takes charges, he picks up full court, he has hands in passing lanes, it makes it tough.
6'1", 185, taking the charge from 6'10", 235 Ibaka.
You say 6'1"?
Yeah. That's what it says. He is a handful, I tell you. He's a personality that just fills the entire locker room. Beverly is. Rivers, the floater will not fall.
And again, it's the preseason. I think he had DJ for a lob on that particular play. But as they watch film, they'll be able to see big areas where they can make big adjustments.
DeRozan, despite the presence of 2 much bigger players, able to get inside and score at 18-14. Raptors on top, foul out front on DeRozan.
You know, you look at how DeRozan, he eats up space. That's why he's an all-star. You know, the fact that he gets into the body, goes by Gallo here. Gallo's shifting into defense, but what he does is he takes up a lot of the space from DJ. I love the fact DJ went straight up, but at the same time, he's creating space for those opportunities.
Beverly's out, and Milos Teodosic is in, number 4 on your program. And you're going to love watching him play. Here he is. Didn't take him long to shoot. That one comes up short.
And you have to. That's the thing about when you're on the bench, you have to be ready at any given moment.
Lowry knocks down a free ball. Man, oh man. 3 threes by the Raptors, 4 by the Clippers, and Toronto leads by 7. Griffin the lob. Could not guide it home. Blake went after it, couldn't control it. Out of bounds it will go to Toronto.
You know, Blake's, his lobs tonight, he doesn't have any loft on him, and I can't wait till he watches the film and see what he can do better as far as just get it up in the air just a little bit more instead of such a direct pass.
Valanciunas in the corner to Miles, bangs off the side of the glass.
Got to run with him. They got to run with him. You run with this player here, you're going to be rewarded. Heads up, look at here.
Taps it home. There you have Teodosic finding Gallinari.
But what I like most about that, as he was coming in transition, his head is up looking to see who's available.
Midway through the first quarter, Ibaka from way far away. It was a pace and a half beyond the three-point line.
You know, here you talk about new players coming up. We say, young guys, run, run. You never know what happens. And look at here. Gallinari, ciao bella.
Island states of Oahu, Honolulu, Hawaii. And talking about new, 8 gone, 8 new. That's a bunch of change.
That is a bunch of change, and people don't realize that that's why it's so imperative for them to be here for the time that they're here in Hawaii, to get to know one another, not just on the floor, but off the court as well.
And 2-a-days on Tuesday, single sessions every day since. Teodosic. No look inside for the jam. Yes, indeed.
What I tell you, Ralph? Didn't I tell you got to keep your head up when you're dealing with this young man on the floor?
30 years of age. Been top 2 or 3 players in Europe for many, many years. At least the last 5 years. Here he comes. Griffin mismatch inside. Oh, nice recovery. That was Nogueira coming over with the deflection. DeRozan can't finish, but he's fouled. DeAndre Jordan gets his second foul of the ball game.
But you know, even in the fact that I said keeping his head up, look at it. His head is up, and people are thinking other things because they don't know exactly where the pass is going to be or where it's going to come from. As we continue on, you're going to see that connection happen a lot more. And even in the last play here where he got it to Blake, his patience in transition. He wasn't trying to get somewhere too fast. He waited for Blake to get to a good spot on the floor to give it to him.
Raptors a very good foul shooting him a year ago. 80% as a team. 5 out of 5 here tonight. Blake Griffin is out. Wes Johnson comes in for the Clippers. That'll move Gallinari over to the power forward spot. That one is missed. And the Clippers bring the ball ahead, trailing it by 4. Austin Rivers throws it away. DeRozan, the Clippers retreat defensively. Oh, that's an offensive interference. Caboclo got his hand on it. So take away what probably would have been a 2.
Yeah, it was definitely in the, as you see, the ball is definitely in the cylinder, but I think that's just nerves for young fella there. He knows he's on Prime Ticket Fox Sports right now.
Teodosic gets the screen, free to shoot. Off the end, he's a very good shooter.
Yes.
DeRozan. Rivers thought he had the steal. Well, they do tie it up.
That's way to get on the floor, young fella.
Good aggression.
Get a floor burn, why don't you? Sometimes you just need those in life, Ralph.
Well, never really had that need, but Rivers goes out of the ball game, and coming in is Lou Williams. You lose a 6th man of the year, 3-time 6th man of the year in Jamal Crawford, and you bring in Lou Williams, who's right. He's, you know, 2B or 1B, I guess, in terms of being sixth man in this league.
Yeah, he's a guy that understands his role, and he's accepted that role of coming off the bench. And he's, you know, his biggest, I think, quality is the fact he gets to the free throw line. And when he gets to the free throw line, we know that he has a good percentage of making a lot of his free throws, but it also slows the game down and puts the advantage back as far as your team.
He was sixth man of the year in this league for these Toronto Raptors. DeRozan. They took too much time. Good job by DeAndre Jordan using his size against DeRozan.
And again, it's about the defense and about grinding it out at times. And we saw how our group was able to stay with the defense and recognizing the clock, understand they only had maybe 13 seconds to go.
4:50 to go, first period. Gallinari hard to the goal.
Good pass.
Gallo, still plenty of time. Deflected away out of bounds to the Clippers. 7 on the shot clock.
I love the ball movement, Ralph. There's nothing, I think, for coaches, it gets them even more excited. If Doc could, he'd grow hair all over the place because of his excitement.
They keep, in practice, having drills where you have to pass the ball 7 times before you can shoot. That just kind of becomes the rhythm you used to play in. Williams misses. Gallinari rebounds.
And then the next thing you know, it's not odd to do something like that because you're accustomed to it.
So brand new shot clock. Teodosic.
Good pass.
Gallo's open for 3. Bingo.
Again, I tell you, and I'm going to continue to talk about his ability of getting other people involved. It's not just him looking at one guy. It's everyone. If you're open, he's going to get you the basketball, and that's what you want.
He has 3 assists in 4 minutes. From East of that Bruin, there's a steal by Teodosic.
Again,
lead to Wes Johnson. Slammed down. West throws it down. The Clippers take the lead, 23-22. Norman Powell out of UCLA. Caboclo misses badly. Rebound taken off the window by Gallinari. He's just such a gifted player.
He is. He at 6'10", between his legs both times. And then, I talk about Milos and his ability to find others. Again, it's boop, boop. Oh, I draw in the defense, and boom. And on defense, you know, he's not known for the defense, but he knows how to play. And look at his pace right there. One of the hardest things for a lot of players is they move too fast, especially in preseason.
Williams to the hole for 2. Lou Williams. Clippers up 25-22. 3 minutes plus remaining, and Dwayne Casey will take a timeout and try to regroup just a little bit. Clippers up in the early going and looking good. 25-22 over the Raptors. Short timeout. Nogueira scores for the Raptors. It's a 1-point ball game. Clippers lead by 1. Foul called off the ball. Inside the 3-minute mark of quarter number 1. Siakam will get the foul.
Yeah, he grabbed Gallo's jersey as he went to, you know, make a move. And I talk about movement without the basketball. Guys don't want to do that, Ralph.
Gallo has 8 points. The high man for the Clippers, Lowry with 10, leads the way for the Raptors. Now, Gallo's not been in the playoffs since 2012. He's hungry to get back. 27-24, Clippers by 3. Powell to the basket. The kick, the 3. Wes Johnson able to control it nicely. Lou Williams. Griffin's got a smaller one on him. Go on right. They were just all out of kilter defensively. Winds up being a illegal defense.
And that's what happens, you know, with Blake being down there on the block with anyone that's a smaller player, obviously a small guard. you know, it creates that deal of, okay, who's going to go? And again, we're talking about communication early on in the preseason, first game for both teams. There's a lot of things that they're going through that they're going to have to work on.
Free throw is good. Clippers stretch it to a 4-point lead. Theodosic. Griffin saves the errant pass. 8 in the timer. Defender goes down. Blake goes up, and a foul is called. It is tough.
It is, because
DeLon Wright, what happened?
Exactly.
Ran me down.
This was like OU and Texas playing. You know, that's the thing. You know, that young fella, you're not going to get that kind of call. You know, and it's just a face-up here, and obviously Blake is just too strong. You don't want to get that close against a guy like that strong, obviously.
So Blake will be at the line, a career-high 76% foul shooter last year. That one curls in. Clippers are 6 out of 6 from the line. Don't know how much the regular rotation players will play. Maybe 25 minutes tonight. Second free throw is good as well. 8 points for Griffin. 9 for Gallinari. Clippers by 6, their biggest lead of the ball game. DeLon Wright ahead to Siakam.
Oh, nice.
Second steal for Theodosic. Griffin, the beautiful feed inside to Wes Johnson, but he does not finish it off. Wright crosses over. Foul hard to the goal, and Wes Johnson fouls him. Wesley gets his first foul.
You know, I like Wes's intensity as far as defensively when he's out on that wing. He's the one that created that steal for Teodosic. The fact that he had his hand in the pass lane, got a deflection. Milos was able to get that ball and go. I just thought Blake should have just dunked way up there.
Powell, a second rounder in 2015, just really came on in the playoffs last year. I mean, he was spectacular. And they thought, wow, this guy could be a starter this year, could wind up being a six-man candidate himself.
You know, the fact that you might have to wait for your opportunity, it's important that you stay diligent in that. And we saw it in the playoffs with him.
Well, you're an embodiment of that. Well, that's for sure.
I just want all these young guys that are paying attention or watching the game, just realize that you have an opportunity as long as you stay diligent.
Clippers retreat defensively. The lob, and no jam on the toast. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Clippers. Interesting player in for the Clippers, worth watching, is Jamal Wilson, rookie free agent from Marquette. He's been shooting lights out in the gym. Theodosic misses badly.
You know, I like his decision there. I mean, one thing they keep talking about with Milos is that he has to get in better shape. So I think he's a little winded right now, which is fine because this is that time of year where you want him to get tired as he's playing because he's going to have an impact and going to have to play major minutes.
Well, you know, he was in good enough shape to play in the Euro League, but this is a different league, as you know better than most. Drive to the goal by Blake Griffin.
This is right around the time, Ralph, where, you know, those guys that have logged some minutes, you can't just check out, you know, like at practice during training camp.
Rivera can't finish it off. Griffin gobbles up the rebound. Clippers by 6. Williams fired the 3 off the iron. That was a 2-for-1 opportunity.
Exactly.
The reason for the quick shot.
So when I played, they just would have taken me out of the game. I could, you know, again, you know, we talk about Milos' passing ability. He comes off the pick and roll, and this is where a lot of guys get in trouble. They think pick and roll is just for them, but he's always looking for the advantage. Eyes up at all times. He might be looking at me right now, Ralph, but he's going to pass the ball to Doc.
Patrick Beverly is in, so Beverly and Teodosic be in the backcourt for the final play of the first quarter. Here's Milos from Serbia. All Euro League performer a number of times. Down low to Beverly. Out of bounds it goes off Siakam. Clippers ball, 3.3 seconds remain. So that didn't go exactly the way it was planned.
Sometimes that happens in the preseason.
Sometimes it happens in the regular season. That really gets you unhappy. Griffin for 3 more. Spins out at the buzzer. It's like a pretty solid, considering it is the first game of the preseason. Pretty solid quarter. The Clippers get a bunch of points up the board and find themselves on top now by 6 at the break. Clippers 32. The Raptors 26. Honolulu, where the Clippers during the national anthem and the Raptors both chose to show their unity, all standing at attention during the anthem. That's been kind of like the big story, around the NFL in particular in recent weeks. Clippers are up 32-26. I'm Ralph Lawler along with Bruce Bowen. Happy to have you with us here from the Island State. Mar DeRozan trapped in the corner. Ibaka, they tried to run him off the line, but he wasn't going.
He wanted that 3 ball there. He should have passed that to someone else.
Here comes Teodosic. Lou Williams, a scoring machine. Beautiful lead bounce. Oh, and there he goes. The young guy we were talking about, Jamal Wilson.
Hello.
Well, this young guy's got some real skill. He's been signed to a 2-way contract. We'll spend some time with the Agua Caliente Clippers in Ontario and up to 45 days for the big club. Ibaka over Wilson. A pretty good challenge, but a pretty good shot.
Yeah, good D. That was good D. I like the fact he slid his feet, took the hit with the chest.
Williams fires and gets fouled. Well, that play a moment ago worth a Carl's Cam replay.
Ooh, backdoor cut without the basketball. Look what happens. You might get a charbroiled burger for something like that.
Young guy, the rookie free agent.
Speaking of Carl's Jr., I used to love those burgers as a kid. They just don't have them like they used to. They don't make them like they used to, Ralph. They had the best fries as well.
So Teodosic will take a seat now. Beverly in the backcourt.
One more.
Again, we talked about earlier how Lou's ability to get to the free throw line is really key. Whenever you have someone that continues to attack, you don't want guys settling for jump shots all the time.
So Williams cashes in at the free throw line. He's 4 out of 4 now. Clippers lead by 9. Biggest difference between these two clubs so far in the ball game tonight. Ibaka. Nice soft roll. 37-30. Wilson. Whoops. Miles aboard, and here comes DeRozan. Ibaka against Griffin. Valanciunas. A good, solid rebounder. About 9 a game and 26 minutes a game a year ago. And Valanciunas will go to the free throw line. 25 years of age. Free throw bounces in. The NBA is back, and now is the perfect time to become a Clippers season ticket holder. Experience the games live from great lower-level seats. Become an MVP member tonight and visit clippers.com/season tickets. Valanciunas again. They trim it to 5. How about Beverly at the offensive end? We talk about his defense so much.
Yeah, we always talk about his defense, but I think he's going to have a lot of opportunities because of having Blake on the floor and even DeAndre and others.
Wes Johnson gets net.
That's the deal with Wes. If Wes can come in and give you things like that off the bench, he's going to be there defensively. He has such great length, as you see it. again, here's that defense we were talking about.
Lou on the break. He'll go all the way uncontested and throw it down. Lou Williams has 8 off the bench. Never pressuring Lowry. They just want to do anything they can to shorten the clock at this end now. DeRozan against Beverly. Battles through the screen. Ibaka for 3. Bingo.
This is where Clippers got to communicate on defense. When you have that high pick and roll with Serge Ibaka, you know that he wants to very rarely roll to the basket.
Griffin muscles to the goal, scores, and gets fouled.
As we talked about the defense of Patrick, he's just an irritant right now. Hand on the ball. If you're careless, he understands he's guarding a good guy in Kyle Lowry, so he's taking that challenge to do it as well. And then you got Blake creating contact, 2 individuals, and finishing.
Beverly, one of those guys you hate to play against, but probably love to have as a teammate.
Absolutely.
And you were probably a bit that way yourself, I suspect.
I don't know.
Everybody loved you, Andre. I forgot that. Here's Lowry. Surely one of the great offensive backcourts in the NBA. Ibaka run off the 3-point line. That'll please Doc. But Miles left free for 3, but got all air, and here come the Clippers on the move. Tossed away, DeRozan with the steal. Clippers are back defensively. Ibaka gets fouled. How good would DeMar DeRozan, already an all-star, be if he could make a 3-point shot?
I think in these scenarios, maybe him having a 3-point shot would take away his aggressiveness going to the basket.
Interesting.
I think this is where, we can all learn to stick to our strengths when it comes to what we do well. And he does a great job of that mid-range area, which is a lost start. So that's why I think he can continue to be successful.
Well, there's no question he can be successful, but he's a 26% career 3-point shooter. You just think if you had to guard him at the 3-point line instead of invite him to shoot it, it would just be an added weapon. But if we're going to have our first fight, it's our first fight. It's all right.
I think it's a good fight to have. This is where we have to communicate and get to a better understanding.
We got to talk on defense.
See, a lot of times, though, people talk about, I've heard coaches say this, give me that guy that works really hard, and he may not be as gifted on the offensive end as compared to that guy who just lights out everywhere and talented. He said that guy that's talented gets you fired more often than that other guy because he doesn't work as hard.
There's truth in that.
That's it, Ralph. That's all I'm going with.
So Gallinari is back for the Clippers. Griffin is out. Ooh, a long 3-ball. Even too long. Valanciunas the rebound. Here come the Raptors. Clippers by 7. Same 2 teams Tuesday night here in Honolulu. Ball's knocked away, foul call. That'll be a 10 o'clock start in LA. 7 o'clock tip here in Honolulu.
That foul there, Lou Williams just reach in at the end. Sometimes you get out of defensive position. He knows he has DeAndre behind him, so but it's tempting to kind of reach in there. The reaching fouls and the tactile touch and things like that. This is what training camp really try to get guys out of those old habits and not having the referee at practice so much.
DeRozan will bring it in. Austin Rivers is in for Lou Williams for the Clippers. Lou to the bench with 8 points. And that's who he is. Here's DeRozan. Gallo challenged it. That's the kind of shot the Clippers are willing to give up, a contested 2-point shot.
Any coach is willing to take that, especially he didn't get by him. He contested a shot. It's a tough shot, but I mean, it's the whole deal of him being an all-star.
DeRozan jumps over the table. It's only a preseason game, DeMar. Tangled up.
I think he went after our colleague.
Luckily, I'm okay. Me oh my.
I didn't think we get a me oh my on DeRozan taking out Lawrence Frank.
Lowry will be at the line. Lowry makes the free throw. So Lowry converts. He has 11 points here in the early going. Lowry again. Gets it in. So Lowry will bring the ball back. Gallo tried to take the charge, didn't happen. There's a three ball by DeRozan. It's not going to go.
Yeah, Clippers got to push it up now.
Three ball will not fall.
And you know, you see Patrick throw his hand up because he realizes that was a shot fake and one dribble or kick to someone. But this is the thing, it's preseason. These are things that the guys are learning right now. Is, you know, when they see the film, they'll see a lot of things where they can definitely make amends for.
Ibaka's three won't go. 3-point Clipper lead. Here comes Patrick Beverley. New point guard for the club. Austin Rivers challenges Lowry, banks it in. Austin's first points of the game, 5-point Clipper cushion.
You know, one thing I see right now with this group on the floor, the ball stops a little bit, and guys are looking for what can they do instead of just continuing to move without the basketball, and as well as when they have a pass.
DeRozan mid-range. He's the mid-ranger, and then nobody does it better than he.
Sound like something that was on Bonanza as a kid. The mid-ranger.
Rivers trying for two in a row. That one not pretty. Powell brings it back out front. That's a tough step back three ball by Lowry, not going to fall. Midway through quarter number 2. The Clipper Hawaii games. Take a break here. We'll come back here with Clippers President of Basketball Operations, Lawrence Frank, when we return. Ralph Lawler, Bruce Bowen. Oh, what a setting this is. And we're joined now by Clippers President of Basketball Operations, Lawrence Frank. Lawrence, thank you for joining us here and being such a good host to us here in Honolulu. I like your new digs here. This is nice.
Yeah, we can live with this. This has been pretty accommodating.
How different is it watching a game now as president of basketball operations versus those days where you were a long-time successful coach in this league?
Well, I just learned it's a whole lot more dangerous sitting with you and Bruce, being that DeRozan almost took us out. So I guess I got to get insurance. You're looking from both a personnel standpoint and some different combinations, but you also have maybe a little bit of a longer view of the process. You're not coaching every single possession, but you're still looking what's the carryover from practice and just what players fit best together, and just trying to give Doc another set of eyes and a different viewpoint.
And Lowry comes up short.
And you know, when you have someone that does understand the game quite like Lawrence does, Ralph, it is a plus, I think. But more importantly, you know, his mornings are spent, you know, really working hard on conquering that big mountain out there.
Yeah, I have a lot of motivation with Bruce. Bruce says nice things about me because he's had so much success against the teams that I've been involved with. So he always used to cart me everywhere he played because he even looked even better than he was.
We've talked about all the new faces on the court, Lawrence. Your whole staff has pretty well been changed, which is pretty. Tell us about the restructuring of the front office.
Yeah, I think the goal was to build a world-class executive leadership team. I think first and foremost, we have some rock star type talent that have been with the Clippers, guys like Dave Wool and Judd Winton. So we promoted 9 people, and then we were able to add some A-plus people, and Michael Winger, Trent Redden, Mark Hughes, Matt Elijah, and kind of the vision was get people with same core values in terms of from a cultural standpoint, but from diverse skill sets. We didn't want duplication. We really wanted diverse skill sets with diverse backgrounds, so you have that debate, disagree type of environment.
What has your view been of what you've seen in training camp this week? There's Jerry West.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, just the logo, not the
mention the logo.
So, and I think in Jerry's case, I call Jerry our Warren Buffett. You know, it's to be able to have someone like Jerry, and I think it's a credit to Steve with the resources he provides us. And virtually every different cycle a team has gone through, Jerry's been there, and he's run it. So to be able to bounce ideas off him has been invaluable.
Loris, can you talk about like his eye and his knack for still finding talent and seeing certain things in players? Because people think, oh, it's Jerry West, he's this and that, but they don't know about his ability to find talented individuals and bring them together.
Yeah, no doubt, Bruce. I think that's a great point. And for him, it's a gift, but it's something that's been worked on, and he has a really, really good sense for which guys can make that jump to the NBA level, which guys have a chance to be something above a road.
Goodness gracious.
Ralph, I can't get anything better than that. I mean, just goodness gracious. It's, preseason. I was expecting a little something more.
I mean, Gallinari has to be one of the best players in the league to have never been an all-star. He's a really talented player.
Yeah, we really feel the same way, Ralph, is that we thought going into free agency he was a huge target for us, and we felt when you look at how the NBA is being played with length and versatility and players able to play multiple positions, we thought Gallo was a great fit for us.
And the fact that he really hasn't played with other stars on any of his squads. When he was in New York, it was not quite like what it is here. And he goes to Denver and he becomes a focal point. You know, I've talked with him, and I understand the fact that he's going to get more one-on-one opportunities because of Blake being on the floor, because of what Austin can do at times and DeAndre. So I think it does raise the opportunity and the aspirations for him to be an all-star here.
Yeah, no doubt. I think that's a great point. And I think you saw early on how Doc played him. We started him at 3. We posted him the first couple possessions. Then we subbed out. We moved him to 4. We went on that 9-1 run, maybe 16-5 to close the quarter. And Gallo at 4, it allows us to play different ways.
I keep hearing about how he's going to be mismatched playing small forward at the defensive end. The lob, the tap won't fall. But he's quite a mismatch at the other end against small forward.
Yeah, and I don't think people give Gallo enough credit for his defense. I think it's really easy just to put someone and say, I think Gallo can play both ends of the floor. And I think you guys saw during practice, just even when he was switched out on some of our smaller guards, he's able to use his length and he's able to slide at least twice to contain the penetration.
So Rivers to the hole will get a chance to shoot free throws. 3:45 to go. We're in quarter number 2. Clippers trail by 1. We're sitting here talking. All of a sudden, they're losing.
Yeah.
They're ahead by 1.
We're still up.
We have 2 different scores here. One of them says 51-50. Now it's 51-51 on this scoreboard. It's 51-49 on that scoreboard. And the one that really counts, Clippers up by 2.
Can you talk about the change of pace as far as what the game is with Milos at the point guard and how his vision and his head up, finding guys at all moments of the game, creates guys want to run?
Yeah, I think, you looked at when he subbed in, automatically you saw a late pass, then he follows it up with another. And as you know, it's when you have a guy you know who's constantly going to be advancing the ball, it makes you run harder. Even that lob pass to DJ was an incredible pass.
Exactly.
And Milos is a guy that our players have already really they love playing with him. And when the ball keeps moving, it's contagious.
How was he discovered? How did he wind up being a Clipper?
We were really fortunate. I have to give a lot of credit to our Director of International Scouting, Fabrizio Besnati. We targeted Milos because when we looked at the guards that we presently had on the roster, the one thing we felt where maybe we were a little bit light was another guy who could really make plays for others, and especially with DeAndre being the best player at his position playing the vertical game in terms of the lob game, we needed someone who can consistently make those plays. So we targeted Milos. Fab had known Milos. They had a prior, long-term relationship. Ironically, a player that I coached in New Jersey is very, very close with Milos, Nenad Kristic. And he wanted to play for Doc, wanted to be in LA, and our players really did a great job as well. Beverly had played with him for 4 years. DJ played against him in the Olympics. Blake was great with it. So it was a team effort.
Well, it's an exciting player to watch. Powell running the goal missing, and the rebound Comes off to Beverly. A very good rebounder for a guy. The lob and the jam. Teodosic.
See, that'll make you run.
Yeah, get ready for that. Yeah, you betcha. You better have your eyes open when you're running with him, too. Because he will find you. Lawrence, thank you very much for joining us. Good luck
pleasure.
here.
Thank you.
Okay. The president of basketball operation for the Clippers, Lawrence Frank. The Clippers find themselves on top, 56-49. Honolulu, Hawaii, as the LA Clippers find themselves up by 7 right now. Time now for the top-tier dunk presented by Arco.
Oh, I like that. Ooh, I wish I could jump like that.
Now, were you a jumper as a young player?
Yeah, very young.
On the 8-foot rims, right?
Now, see, Ralph, I told you that in confidence.
Wright will go to work. Shot clock's down to 7. Powell tapped away by Beverly. He'll go to the hole and get fouled. Patrick Beverly showing you something special about him.
Yep. Just his presence there. Watch it as he's just active. His hands are active. And he realized, I got an opportunity to get an and one as well. He do this so Ralph and Bruce can say some wonderful things about me.
He didn't get the end, but he got the one. He'll go to the free throw line. 76% a year ago in Houston. 29 years old from the tough streets of Chicago. Free throw is good. The Major League Baseball postseason is here, believe it or not, where every pitch, hit, and strikeout, every out, inning, and game has led to this. The only thing that matters now is October. Tune in for the ALDS beginning Thursday on FS1. Clippers knocking down free throws, have not missed one. 9-point Clipper lead matches their biggest lead of the game. Delon Wright. Siakam. Powell, the bounce down low, poked away, out of bounds. It'll go to the Clippers. They may change it. They are going to change it.
You look at Patrick and Milos talking right now, because it's about getting an understanding on certain things. And more importantly, even in this time right now, they really need to talk and chat just to make sure they're on the same page.
Only 4 on the shot clock now. Raptors, Siakam for 3. Another offensive rebound, but too many of those. Caboclo.
And that's the thing about when you allow an offensive rebound to take place, three-point shots happen. Everyone needs to crash the boards for the Clippers because it's not just about allowing it to be DeAndre's job or Gallo's job. Everyone has to participate.
Kind of a lazy pass, and Wright was in the lane. Delon Wright puts it down. It's a 4-point game. Doc pacing the sidelines. Teodosic. No place to go. And a foul is going to be called. Nogueira not happy about it.
No, he's not. I'm looking at him grab the arm there, Ralph, and I'm saying the ref is watching it as well. And then they blow the whistle. And they say, how could you call that? At practice, they don't call that.
That's the truth. Milos in the EuroLeague, a very good foul shooter, 88%. So still 15 feet away, still a 10-foot rim, but that one will not fall for him. The first Clipper missed from the foul line.
And I think he's just there's a little fatigue setting in right now, especially with him. But this is how you get your conditioning up. As much as coaches may see certain things and the game change a little bit, it's still about getting good conditioning for some of the guys that he wants to play big minutes.
Well, Milos has probably never been in what you would call NBA condition. The travel is so different. I mean, you played both in Europe and in the NBA. I mean, how different is it?
It is 2 games a week at the most sometimes. And other than that, you got days of practice where it's just light shooting and going over your plays. But as
the travel is so much more severe in this league.
Absolutely. But I will say this. I traveled in the CBA, Ralph, and I traveled in the NBA. I really enjoyed that NBA travel. Much better. Oh, yes, I did. In the CBA, you could see the pilot going out there to help the propeller get going.
Contact.
That's right. You see that stuff, you're like, you think this is really going to make it in this weather?
Oh, man.
Cold in the Midwest? Oh, my goodness.
So Gallinari with 13, Blake Griffin with 12, Beverly with 10, and look at Lou Williams now with his 10th point of the game.
And it's balanced, and that's what you want more than anything else. It's not just about one or two individuals. It's about everyone being involved.
Right. They ran a couple of guys off the three-point line, not the last one. The offensive rebounds have been a problem for the Clippers here. Wright gets the rebound in the bucket.
Lou Williams got caught watching there instead of getting in front of Powell to try to box out for a rebound.
A little pressure here, making it tough. So Gallinari will come up and Siakam will cover him. So they got three defenders covering the two Clippers in the front court as possible recipients to Teodosic pass. Good look there at Milos. 6'5", 194, it says here. They get it into Gallinari, who turns and brings it ahead.
Oh, my goodness. A lot of bumping going on there.
The skip to Lou. Skip to Malou. Couldn't get off the shot. 9 on the shot clock. Moving left, firing. He was hanging in the rim. That'll be offensive interference on DeAndre Jordan. His parents are here. Talked to his mom, Kimberly, earlier. I said, boy, it's hot and humid, isn't it? She's, I'm used to that. I'm from Houston.
But, you know, it is a little different. I don't remember Hawaii being so humid.
Today it was especially. I mean, it was wicked out there.
So did you go surfing today, Ralph? Was it paddleboarding?
Every morning at 6, I'm out there, right at sunrise.
That's right.
Yes. 3-point Clipper lead. 8 seconds to go in the first period of play.
I like Patrick pleading his case to that number 40 official there, Leon Wood, who's a pride of Cal State Fullerton as well. Little shout out there, Tusk up.
Oh, is that an accredited college?
It is. It is.
Cal State Fullerton?
It is. It is. You know, so what? You know, UCLA and all of UC school, Chat State School while we're shooting and things like that.
Well, to your credit, you went there 4 years and then came back and got your degree how many years later?
I got it, I guess about 5 years after I got an MBA. Well, I kept pecking away at it. You know, 12 units shy once I left school. I should have gone to summer school my freshman year, Ralph. Yeah, I was so stubborn.
That's so unlike 19-year-olds. Wright makes the free throws. 1-point ball game, folks. Clippers' final possession of the period now. Williams to Gallinari. He'll let it fly for 3. So a high-scoring opening half of play. Clippers escape with a 1-point lead, 61-60, with 4 Clippers in double figures, as you might expect. Lowry and DeRozan lead the way so far for the Raptors. Let's go over now to Michelle Margot.
Thanks, Ralph. Danilo, your first preseason game as a Clipper. How do you feel the team is meshing?
We're doing pretty well. We're trying to play at a fast pace. I thought we did a pretty good job. Our chemistry still need to get better, but we're doing a pretty good job.
How fun is it to play with a player like Milos who sees the floor so well?
It makes life easy for everybody. So it's great to see him playing like that.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Back to you, Ralph.
Gallo like fish to water here in the sea. He's from Italy. He's used to the coast. He is loving his time here in Hawaii, as we all are. Clippers up by 1. Scenery, and they think that following around the NBA is a glamorous job that we have. Goodness gracious.
I don't understand how they feel that way.
I'm Ralph Lawler. Bruce Bowen is here with me. Bruce, my new partner. Good job here in the first half. Great to have you along. It's be a great season with you. Looking forward to it. What's your impression first half of the first preseason game?
Well, you saw a lot of mistakes, but you also saw good things as well, and that's what you want to see in the preseason. Your first game, guys are tired of playing against each other, guys who know the plays. Now you're getting a chance to get a feel for who and some of the players are for the LA Clippers.
The newest face, maybe the most dramatic face on the ball club now, is Patrick Beverley, comes in from Houston.
Yeah, and what I love about him is his energy, his blue-collar style. You know, who wants to take a charge from a guy 6'10", 230? You know, and then on offense, he gets opportunities and he's taking advantage of them. It's not that he's just coming out and creating things for himself, but he sees a guy go under the screen. You're taught to go ahead and shoot the ball when he goes under and then attacking the basket. What he does and what he has done tonight is made them off kilter as far as he's knocked down the three-point shots, and then when he recognizes he has an opportunity to penetrate, he's done that as well.
The offense is clicking with 61. The defense gives up 60, and I guess that's going to be a work in progress for the rest of the time here in Honolulu, and then back home once again, as this ball club will come home and play to the Portland Trailblazers next Sunday, a week from today, as a matter of fact, at 12:30 in the afternoon. In the red uniforms, the Raptors have the basketball. Here's Valanciunas with it. Same five that started the game for Doc Rivers Clippers ball club. Ibaka drops it, run off the three-point line, and makes the mid-range shot.
And that's something that you'll see now. It's like Ibaka recognizing that. I'm sure the coaches said, hey, don't settle for that three-point shot. Take one dribble in at different times.
Patrick Beverley weaves it over to Griffin. Rivers, the floater at the line won't go, and Valanciunas rebounds it. Raptors have grabbed a one-point lead. Lowry floats it up but not in.
Doc wants them to push the ball in transition. When you have opportunity, you got to push it.
Well, it's going to be a much more natural pace for this club with Beverley or Teodosius at the point. Another turnover. There have been too many of those. Block, goaltend. Give the hoop to C.J. Miles. Early timeout by Doc Rivers. Can't be very happy offensively, defensively, or anything else here in the first minute and 9 seconds that he has seen. Suddenly, the lead is gone. Clippers trail by 3. Overpowering and scoring, taking full advantage of the mismatch.
And it's good to be able to get him the ball after a timeout quite like that because of what has transpired. They lost the lead, and you want to come back and give the ball to your horse.
This is a good test for the Clippers because Toronto, a veteran ball club, 4 of the 5 starters are returning from their playoff second-round team a year ago. Ibaka fires. The Clippers, of course, just with new faces at every turn. Griffin, a couple of threes early. That's a two-pointer.
But how much of a comfort is it now knowing that, you know, when you have a stall on the offensive end, you can go back to Blake now.
Valanciunas, same field goal he made earlier in the first half. Raptors by 1. Beverley felt the contact and gets the foul from Lowry.
You know, we talk about how Blake is having to take a different role this year. Now he realized, okay, I have a small guy on the block. Now it's just getting down there before the double team comes and overpowering him. And then at the end, it's the jump shot, and it's a fluid jump shot. That doesn't look like a jump shot where a guy you're saying, oh, he should take it because he's the guy. But it's more of a situation where you're saying he's taking it because he recognizes his ability now.
They aren't giving Beverley shots on that. Here comes Rivers. Blake Griffin. Teed it up from 3, scoops for 2, and gets fouled.
And that's what I'm talking about right there. Ralph, the fact that he's shooting a 3 ball and he's shooting consistently right now. The little head fake. All the kids that are out there watching right now, it's the pump fake that gets Serge Ibaka off balance and going after the shot fake. And he's able to now put his ball down, get down to the free throw line.
Blake's kind of shown the whole package here just since that timeout.
Exactly. You want to save some for the regular season, but I understand he's been anxious to get at it.
Get a post move, an outside jump shot, and there a dribble drive to the hole. Hey, can't make it every game? We have the perfect 6, 10, and 17 game plans to fit your schedule. See the Clippers take on the Warriors, the Cavs, or the Lakers for as little as $29 a seat. Visit clippers.com/partial plans. View all available plans. Clipper Nation, it takes everything. So Blake comes up short on that one. We're tied at 66. DeRozan. Here's another facet of Griffin, bringing the ball ahead. The lob down low. I mean, Blake has just had a dazzling about 2 minutes of play.
Yeah, he has, and that's what you want, your go-to guy. Sometimes he's the guy, he's the leader. That's who you want to lead the charge. They came out a little soft in the beginning of the third quarter, and they've gotten back on track because their go-to guys allowed them to do that.
Beverly, DeAndre Jordan, the jam and the foul. DJ had to leap forward about 6 feet and throw it down hard.
Don't give him the stank face. Oh, my goodness. As we see here, Patrick comes off the pick and roll. As we talked about, he's going to have these opportunities, but you get in that area, OMG.
Goodness gracious.
Poster. Did you see the flash there? Serge Ibaka, he was in that flash.
DJ, of course, struggles from the line. Career 43%, 48% a year ago. The Clippers on top by 2. They took about 3, 4. At 5, they blow the whistle.
You know, and it is
even
NBA,
in the NBA.
Even in the NBA.
Here comes Patrick Beverly. He'll float that one in.
Again, it's not about Patrick trying to do it on his own, but he's getting good opportunities out of the confines of the offense.
So a 9-2 scoring burst since the timeout. Valanciunas. He has some offensive skills. Clippers by 2. Two teams played twice last year and split.
Oh, good handoff.
3 by Austin, in and out. DeRozan from USC. Signed a big contract extension. He and Ibaka both got rich over the summer, or richer.
I was going to say, but I don't think they were hurting for too much other than that. And I look at this lineup right now, and Austin Rivers, you know, I see him, he pressing a little bit right now. You know, he wants to succeed, he wants to do well, and he wants to show the impact that he can have on this squad. But this is preseason. This is what this is all about.
Travel on Lowry. Again, the pressure of one Patrick Beverly.
I like how Kyle's yelling at Serge, even though he traveled. Like Serge had something to do with that travel.
Here comes Beverly. The pick from Jordan. The 3 from Griffin. Off the iron.
Good swing basketball there.
Lowry, another very good rebounder for a point guard. Valanciunas. Pretty good recovery defensively by the Clippers. Here's DeAndre running to the hole, swatted away nicely. Miles will tee it up and miss. Jordan the rebound and the steal. They're trading turnovers now. Ibaka for 3. Another offensive rebound. Too many of those. And there's the result. A make-you-pay. Third 3 of the night for Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see the stat about how many baskets they've scored off of a long rebound or the such against the Clippers tonight.
Gallinari is fouled.
You know, whenever you allow opportunity after opportunities, everybody got to get in there and rebound. You got to look at Gallo. Gallo got to put a body on Valanciunas. When you allow those types of things to happen, bad things happen, obviously.
And they'll look at all the video, and then they'll go right back into this gymnasium tomorrow and work on these very problems.
Yeah, I look at that last play. It happened to be Gallo right there, but that's why you have to make contact with your opponent. Even if he makes contact, now it's harder for that individual to go up and get that rebound and have another opportunity at a 3-point shot.
We spoke of Gallo's ability to get to the foul line. Here comes his 8th free throw of the game. And he's only played 22 minutes. That is a real attribute to this ball club. Back door. Beverly with a foul.
A lot of hugging going on after that foul. But again, just the little things in basketball. It's a backdoor cut. You know, Beverly got caught up in the lane a little bit too much. He wants to deny that pass, which is what you want. That's the defensive pressure. This is what Doc is talking about on the defensive side. But on a backdoor cut like that, he has to have help backside that can help him as well.
Lowry was the team's best three-point shooter a year ago, and that was not a team strength. Carissa Thompson, Tony Gonzalez, DeRozan. Ibaka is the tie to the glass and got a late whistle and a foul called on Gallinari.
Oh. Now, I don't understand how the official out near half court makes that call when you have an official on the baseline as well. That's what I see. What I just
hope
told
you don't run into these referees like, you know, in a tiki bar after the game tonight.
Oh, my goodness. If I ran into them, Ralph, they got something coming.
Ibaka at the line to shoot 2.
Now, the funny thing is, Kevin Cutler, the official down low right now, I played against him in college. He played at Long Beach State under Seth Greenberg. And then Leon Wood coached at Fullerton for a hot second before he got rehabbed enough to go back to the CBA. He used me to get back into basketball. And then the other official, he's just an official.
The most veteran of the group, Eric Lewis. Ibaka, 1 for 2, 2-point lead for the Raptors.
I didn't think Eric Lewis was going to make it in this game. I had a coach one time showing him something terrible. I said, man, you got to respond.
What's the call here?
That's what we call a makeup call.
Oh, okay.
We call that a makeup call there.
You talk to these guys at the tiki bar after the game. They'll say, we don't do makeup calls.
That is right. We just happened to miss the first one, and then we call the second one.
Oh, man, you are making no friends in the tiki bar.
Well, you know, the tiki bar had a real good band last night. They played one of my favorite songs from Buena Vista Social Club.
Beverly makes the free throw.
Chan Chan. And I think some listeners probably know what I'm talking about.
And some broadcasters don't.
There we go. It's training camp.
That's true. We're still learning, feeling our way here. So, folks, it is all even at 74, this preseason contest. Same two teams Tuesday night. Free ball thrown down by Miles. He's a nice addition. He brings one of the strengths that this club really needed. Here's Gallinari.
Let's get the ball moving.
He wants it against Miles. So, in the first half, the Clippers went to Gallinari against Miles. Now they've switched around here, and they got Ibaka guarding Gallinari, and Miles trying to guard Blake Griffin, which is a tough task.
Yeah, guarding Blake is difficult anyway. So what's the game of the Clippers? Number 23,
Lou Williams comes in. Wes Johnson comes in. Griffin and Beverly will take a seat for Doc Rivers Ball Club. Doc in his 5th season with the team. Clippers have averaged 54 wins a year in his first 4 years. That was a nice look.
That was a nice look, but you know, on that particular play, I thought Wesley Johnson had him pinned down on that sideline where he could not come up quite like he did, but he let him out.
Teodosic misses. Ibaka rebounds.
Uh-oh. So we call that tragic when the bigs are handling the ball too much.
DeRozan skips it. Gallinari grabs the rebound. Here comes Lou Williams at a big first half for the Clippers. The lob, no jam. Williams went after it. Good effort, but no good result for the Clippers who trail by 5. Ibaka left 3. Ran at him late, but the Clippers dodged the bullet and bring the ball ahead. Got to the hole nicely, but did not finish it off. Valanciunas the rebound.
At this particular moment, we got to get something at the half court. It can't be a quick shot right now. Just kind of change up the pace.
Valanciunas wrapped up and fouled by DeAndre Jordan.
You know, fatigue.
DJ picks up the personal.
Fatigue is set in for both teams right now. They've been up and down without a good basket or opportunity.
So Valanciunas will go to the line. Good foul shooter for a big man. 81%. Not a rim protector, but a big body and a rebounder. Misses the free throw. In for the Clippers for the first time this evening is Montrezl Harrell, another asset acquired in the Chris Paul trade to Houston. He killed the Clippers a year ago. He had a 29-point game. He had a game where he had 15 points and 13 rebounds against the Clippers.
And for him, he's looking at this as a golden opportunity.
Absolutely.
Training camp, you never know what can happen. I always talk to guys about how you just got to put your best foot forward.
Wes Johnson for three. Bingo, +1. Wes knocks down the three ball after a career low 25% from deep a year ago.
You know, the confidence of him taking this dribble handoff and taking a shot. There was no hesitation there. And that's what you want to see from Wesley. He has the ability to really have an impact on his team.
Oh, yeah.
Long, athletic. The only bad thing I think about Wesley is he went to Syracuse and he played a zone there.
Oh, interesting. I'm surprised that more NBA teams have not utilized the zone. They did when it was first instituted, but now you hardly ever see it. Maybe, you know, after a timeout, sideline on the bounds, you'll see it, but very seldom.
Yeah, I think it's harder today because of the 3 seconds in the paint.
Oh, okay.
And you have to teach areas, and I think it's just easier when you have guys that understand. Guard your guy, and we'll come up with a game plan for other players.
Milos going to work. Foul off the ball on Powell, holding on Gallinari.
Yeah, you see Gallinari, he's posting up at different areas. He creates such a problem because 6'10". He reminds me a lot of a young Dirk as far as getting to certain spots and you not being able to really limit the effectiveness of their height.
8 of 8 from the foul line tonight. I think he will have his best professional year this year. He's averaged 18, 19 points a game each of the last 2.
I think you're going to see him do a lot more with less shot attempts at times because he was such a focus in other places that he's been in Denver and New York. Now, I think he's going to have the benefit of not having to try to go out and average 15 shots a game. There'll be games where he will have something like that, but there'll be also efficient games where he only takes maybe 8 shots.
He and Griffin lead the way, 17 each. Powell, good hard move to the goal, and the goaltending will be called. Give Powell the 2 points.
Man. It didn't look like goaltending for Mario.
Well, you're going to diminish referees again?
No, I'm just saying it didn't look that way.
But they said it was.
I think you've been hanging out with some of them.
Teodosic goes to work. Referees are never wrong. Williams got to the basket, and he'll go to the free throw line.
I was taught that you never say never.
Well, I'll remember that during the course of the season. I'm sure we'll find an occasion where they think, oh, maybe they were wrong that time. Here goes Lou Williams. You see Wes Johnson talking to Doc Rivers, looking splendid in his Hawaiian shirt.
Splendid.
Lou's free throw bounces out. Hey, guarantee your seats to the biggest games of the year with a season ticket membership. Tickets start at just $22 a seat. They include membership benefits all year long. Become an MVP member tonight or visit clippers.com/season tickets. Clippers down by 2. Siakam. Nogueira gets fouled.
And see, this is a preseason game, obviously, but even in those defensive rotations, I think it helps having these moments right here where I think it wasn't tight, but Lou Williams should have been underneath on that particular play. Then he has an opportunity to deflect the pass. Sink and fill is what we call it.
Siakam gets the free throw. Second-year man for New Mexico State. Remember, Luke Bahamute played for the Clippers last year. Discovered this young guy in Cameroon in South Africa. Said, yeah, bring you to the U.S. Truly discovered him and gave him a career. The lob. Williams in the corner. Pretty good active defense by the Raptors. So timeout to be taken. We want to take a moment here to pay tribute to a member of the Fox family who passed away this morning. Dave Strader, the play-by-play announcer for the Dallas Stars, passed away after a year-long battle with cancer. He was 62. Jackson Clippers bring the ball in and turn it over just that quickly and get it back just that quickly. Gallo over the shoulder, almost got 2+1. He'll go to the free throw line instead.
You know, that's such a tough area to take the ball out in because you have no room for maneuvering. You
don't usually practice that either.
Yeah, absolutely not. You know, and you know, as we heard Doc talk about how he hasn't implemented a lot of stuff as far as sideline and baseline out of bounds.
Gallinari finally a miss after making his first 10. He is going to be a major factor for this ball club. All positive.
And he's happy to be here. You know, he wanted to be here, and that makes a difference when you're talking about some of these players. He wanted to play with Blake and DeAndre.
And for Doc. Here's Caboclo. Foul off the ball by the Clippers. Going to be on Lou Williams holding his man. And free throws are coming as the Clippers are over the limit. Free throws stepping front and center, Norman Powell. Lincoln High School in San Diego.
I had a teammate at Fullerton by the name of Aaron Wilhite who went to Lincoln High as well. Now, Lincoln had a good football team back in the 80s. They had a quarterback by the name of Stephen Taylor that was from Fresno, where I'm from. Went on to Nebraska, won like the Orange Bowl or something like that. Yeah, I mean, there's talent out of Fresno, Ralph. A lot of talent.
But we're talking about Lincoln High School.
Well, I mean, but it's you know, when you have a microphone, you always try to find a way to get Fresno in there.
I noticed that. Here's Teodosic. Clippers suddenly down by 6. The skip to Wesley Johnson. Well, his rhythm has just been terrific.
And just like anything, confidence does wonders for guys. And you see him, he's not thinking out there. He's just going out there and playing. He realizes that he has a one dribble pull up, and that's what he does.
Clippers down by 4. Powell, well, he has looked good.
Very athletic, getting into the lane and high off the glass.
Wilson was into the game, a rookie from Marquette. Foul is called on Powell down low, and a terrible mismatch. So Lou Williams and Teodosic in the backcourt. Wilson, Johnson, and this guy, Harrell, up front. A bundle of energy.
It was funny, looking at the athleticism in today's game. There was a time where athletic individuals weren't able to make the jump because some felt that they couldn't do the basketball skill work so well. But you look at how this game has been elevated because of the athletes. You know, the first thing that comes to my mind is like, you know, Blake coming in early on and what he could do, and he just continued to get better. But that's a byproduct of his work ethic.
Harrell makes 1 out of 2. Clippers within 5. Less than 2 minutes to go. Just took his eye off the ball at the last second. Did Caboclo out of bounds to go to the Clippers. Turnover for the Raptors, and here comes Teodosic. Three-ball bingo. Told you this kid can shoot lights out. Jamal Wilson.
And he's just happy to have Milos out there on the floor winning, because he knows that if he makes one, Milos is going to look for him for a few more.
Hard to the hole for the slammer. Norman Powell. Whoa. 4-point lead for the Raptors. Teodosic. Williams on the run. Lobs it in. Making it up on the fly. 91-89. Raptors lead the Clippers. Final minute, third quarter in Honolulu. Good job by Wes Johnson's long arms. Foul at midcourt by Powell, breaking up any chance for a breakaway goal by the Clippers.
Now we talk about the defense and what the Clippers have to do. Where's the help side here? Oh, Milos. He did the right thing getting out of the way. But that's one of those plays where coaches will look at the film and say, look here, Milos, you have to get over here. It's important for you not to be with your man on the other side of the floor. And this is the part about defense when it comes to the NBA where a lot of guys don't understand the different intricacies. You always have to move ahead, be a play ahead, or I should say a step ahead of a play.
The question here, was that a clear path foul? They're going to review it. One of the harder calls to make in the NBA. Was his shoulder out in front or not at the time of contact? I haven't got a clue.
I don't know. I don't think we're going to New Jersey, Secaucus, for this one. I think they're asleep.
They call it a common foul, so the difference is free throws as opposed to free throws and the ball out of bounds. Eric Lewis, the lead official. Or as Bruce Bowen calls him, the other guy. Here comes Lou. He's made 7 of 8 at the line. That one bounds in and out. So all of a sudden, Gallinari and Williams coming up with misses. Can pull the Clippers within 1, and he does just that. 91-90, high-scoring game, final minute, third period of play. Same two teams Tuesday night, 10 p.m. tip here on Prime Ticket. Clippers fly home Wednesday morning. Wright crosses over. All that penetration left a man open outside. Wilson the rebound. Clippers have it. Just 2 seconds separating the shot in the game clock. As Teodosic will go to work.
I like this. He's guarantee you will get a good opportunity, a good shot on this possession, especially with Milos at the helm.
Not sure Wright can guard him. 3 ball. Won't fall. The shot's not falling so far for Milos. He's a very good shooter. 2 seconds to go. Here comes Powell. He's challenged. He fires and misses at the buzzer. So a third quarter comes to an end. A lot yet to be determined in the final 12 minutes of play. Don't go away. Raptors up 91-90. To 90 going into the fourth and final period of play. There's some rule changes this year. Let's kind of go through these one by one if we can, Bruce. Team timeout. They want to speed the game up.
Yeah, it does. It needs to be sped up. There's sometimes the last 2 minutes take a half hour sometimes.
Yeah.
So I can understand that, and kudos to the league for bringing that to the attention now.
2 timeouts for each team per overtime, should we get there. 2 timeouts per team after the 3-minute mandatory timeout. And you can't have a player shoot a free throw and then wander out beyond the 3-point line. So it's an automatic delay a game.
Reggie Miller wouldn't have been able to come get a little chalk on his hands.
Yeah.
See, they didn't do it for Reggie. They should have.
We got some changes. Sam Decker into the game for the first time for the Clippers. Janelle Wilson hands it off to Williams, who gets tripped and fouled. Going to be on Powell again. Powell with a foul. Out of bounds to go to the Clippers. And Sam Decker, a part of the treasure load the Clippers acquired for Chris Paul from Houston. Nice looking young player. Here's Teodosic.
Good pass.
Decker puts it in the floor. 3-second violation called to the Clippers. Somebody in the paint too long. So the Clippers turn the basketball over. 15th turnover of the ball game. And we still have 11.5 minutes to go. Not unusual in a preseason game.
So we're not going to implement those rules right now to speed the game up. And we're in Hawaii. Because, you know, the quicker we're done here, the quicker I can get something to eat.
You at the tiki bar with the referees.
You know?
Well, who's buying in that group?
Well, you know who's buying. And you know who's not buying. Leon Wood is not buying. We're going to make Kevin Cutler buy.
Kevin Cutler,
Long Beach State.
about to hand the ball over to Siakam to bring the ball in. Play. He used to, he was a wannabe NBA referee, and during training camp, he'd come in and volunteer to be the referee for our scrimmages and so on. And pretty soon, he got a job in the minor leagues, and now here he is in the big time for the last 5 or 6 years. Hey, start your day with First Things First, weekday mornings on FS1 with hosts Chris Carter and Nick Wright as they kick off the day with the latest in sports. First Things First, weekdays at 6:30 a.m. Eastern. That'd be 3:30 our time on FS1.
It was funny during the game at Fullerton. Kevin broke our backboard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's his claim to fame for anything.
Before the breakaway rims,
No,
even with the breakaway rims?
No, it's with the breakaway rims.
It wasn't the peach basket.
I did not. I had a walnut basket in Fresno, but. No, he broke the rim, and we had to.
That's hard to do with a breakaway rim.
It is, and it surprised him more than anything else because I don't think he's ever done anything quite like that.
I was broadcasting Philadelphia 76er games when Darryl Dawkins used to try to break rims, and he could do it. And that was the reason we got the breakaway rims.
Do you remember some of the names of the dunks?
Oh, gee whiz. There was the Thunder Dunk, but there was a much more colorful one.
Yeah, it was a rap song at one point. All the stuff he had.
He was a piece of work, and may he rest in peace.
Absolutely, and a great person he was.
91-90. The Raptors on top. Competitive juices will be flowing here in these final 11.5 minutes. It's only a preseason game, but these guys want to win. Siakam for three. Rebound to Harrell. Lead pass to Wilson. Couldn't hang on to it. The idea was good.
Yeah.
He got too far beneath the basket.
And it's what the Clippers have been working on in practice. Kick the ball ahead.
Another offensive rebound, but he stepped out of bounds. The Clippers basketball.
You know, and this happens a lot, Ralph, as far as what happened to Milos there. You know, guys on the cusp to boxing out. And so you had a great box out by Decker on his guy, but Milos didn't box out, and his guy gets the rebound. Everyone has to participate in the little things in order to secure rebounds at this level.
So Austin Rivers comes in to replace Teodosic. Williams on the run, off the glass, kisses it home. He is just a guy who knows how to score the basketball. He got a chance for his second Sixth Man of the Year award this year.
He does, and you need someone that can change the pace of the game from the bench.
Foul's going to be on Wilson.
You know, it's funny how he's able to just, create change of pace. He recognizes is one dribble. He sees the big coming up and go with a little floater.
That's our drive to the hoop, brought to you by Hyundai.
Get that, big fella.
Free throws coming for Siakam. He's 3 out of 3 from the line. Went to school here at New Mexico State. There are guys coming from all over the world in this game. The Clippers with 2 Euro players now, and Gallinari and Teodosic haven't had a Euro player in quite a number of years.
And it's such a worldwide game now. You know, Adam Silver's vision back in the day, is making it that way.
Rivers couldn't curl it home. He gets the steal. Good job by Austin. Decker, very athletic, gets it blocked. Comes up 0 for 2. Long ball. Three ball thrown down and in. Nicely by Bruno Caboclo. That's his second 3 of the game. 4-point lead almost turned over. Lou works against the line right. He threw this to somebody else. Rivers will wrap around to Wilson. Indecision. Almost never a good result from that. Van Fleet is in. From the corner for 3. Bingo! Siakam with the 3. Made only 1 as a rookie. Yikes, it's 99-92. Raptors on top. Timeout for Doc Rivers. Erupt here in the final about 9 minutes to play. Get back in this ball game, trailing right now by 7. Clippers will bring the ball in. Jamel Wilson, Austin Rivers, Harrell, Decker, and Williams on the court for the Clippers in their home whites. Rivers all the way to the goal. Felt contact, couldn't score. Foul has been a factor. That one spins out. Williams all the way to the basket. Couldn't curl it in, but he will go to the line.
Again, that attacking mentality, trying to get to the line, not selling for jump shots. Lou Williams is really showing what a veteran can do, even in the course of its preseason. But you got to have somebody that's steady out there on the floor. Right now, everybody else is struggling, but Lou has a pace about him that is advantageous for the Clippers.
And all of a sudden, the free throws, he's missed 3 out of his last 5. He's 8 for 11 on the course of the night. That's a lot of free throw attempts for a guy off the bench. That one made it like he meant it. 99-93. Clippers are down by 6. 8:50 remaining. He stepped out of bounds. Was he fouled? He was fouled. This kid Van Fleet is from Rockford, Illinois, a community you know something about.
Oh my goodness, CBA days. He probably wasn't even born when I was in Rockford.
Oh, wait a minute now.
Well, okay, maybe he was. He was maybe 5.
He's 23 years old.
Oh, he's 23?
Yeah.
Let's, you know, make me do some math.
Getting kind of close,
right
huh?
now. Exactly.
Non-shooting foul. Wright will go to work. Ooh, nice job using the glass. A narrow window. 101-93. There's that Lawler's Law thing. First to 100 wins. It's the law. And Sam Decker gets his first points in a Clipper uniform. 101-95. Not sure the law applies either in Hawaii or in the preseason. We'll see. I'll let you know. Here's Wright. Nogueira. Bad pass. Broken up. Rivers against Powell. Got off balance. Good save by Decker. Harrell misses. Man, oh man. Another takeaway by Austin Rivers. Well, you see the athleticism of Decker.
And again, it's the kick aheads. Clippers have to get used to that. They're so accustomed to, in the past, just bring it up. Here you go, bring it up. Now everybody has an opportunity to kick it ahead so that they have opportunities in transition.
I think Decker is going to demand minutes with this ball club. Whoa. Ron Wright, 10 out of 30 a year ago. Knocked that one down. 7-point Raptor lead. 7 minutes to go. Bryce Johnson in for the Clippers. Lou Williams spins out. Just thrown away.
We talk about how, passing becomes infectious, and Doc is screaming over there, kick ahead, and that created an opportunity for Decker. I think the Clippers can do a real good job of that, and it puts the defense on it. These are easy baskets. You don't have to run a set for that kind of stuff.
Jakob Poeltl, their prize in the draft a year ago, 9th pick from Utah, comes in. Alonzo McKinney, rookie free agent, comes in. Bryce Johnson has kind of discovered the three ball. He's really added to his range. We never would have seen that last year because we only saw him play 10 minutes last year. There's Poeltl with the bucket.
Now it's just a lot of confusion on the defensive side for the Clips. They got to start talking, communicate.
Teodosic is back. Splits the defenders and gets fouled. Foul is going to be against Siakam. It's a non-shooting foul. Clippers will bring the ball in. 6:16 to go. Willie Reed will come in for the Clippers. Willie was picked up as a free agent. Miami hated to lose him, but did. Very capable backup big for the Clippers. Teodosic. Johnson, having just missed the free, doesn't take long for confidence to wane. Rivers. Rivers not too sparkling offensively right now either.
No, and it's just recognition. Bryce Johnson has to take that shot in the corner there, even though he missed his other three-point attempt, in order to just keep the defense honest.
But especially when you're a young player, you make a shot, you can't wait to shoot again. You miss and you go, I don't want to miss 2 in a row. The coach will take me out,
And it's preseason.
Yeah. Another turnover. It has become a preseason game, folks. Powell. Bingo. Has he looked good or what? No, that's the kid from Rockford, Van Fleet.
He shoots with confidence.
Clearly wasn't watching you shoot in Rockford.
No, I think he was. That's. I've never been in a place so cold.
Yeah, I grew up in Peoria, Illinois, not too far away, so I know about those winters.
That's right.
Yeah. There's Van Fleet, 2 in a row.
It's confidence, as you said earlier, Ralph. Look at it, he's coming up and he sees that it's not being resisted on the defensive end. This is where this is good for the Clippers, because now where everything was going well, everybody's feeling good. Everyone on the floor right now for the Clippers, nobody has any set, amount of minutes. This is where you make the most of your time. So you got to be able to do something in these moments, even when there is a struggle on the offensive end. You got to talk on defense. Hey, let's go. Everybody get your head up. Talk. That's what's important now.
Suddenly it's a 14-point lead, the biggest deficit either team has seen tonight. Teodosic. Decker for 2.
Something else? How about easier baskets?
Yeah, they've not had a good, easy look for a while. Decker gets the rebound.
Now you need to run. Everybody needs to run right now. Don't just run to a spot.
And run yourself into a layup. Bryce Johnson had some nice moments in the Las Vegas Summer League for the Clippers this summer. Poeltl thought about it. And he gets it back. Time to be taken by Doc Rivers. Not very happy with his ball club right now. 4 minutes to go in the basketball game. The Raptors lead by 14. We're back in Honolulu. Milos Teodosic, a passing machine. Time now for the game summary brought to you by Kia. Bruce?
I'm going with Gallinari. I like what he's been able to do tonight, especially being in a different place, trying to really learn the different things. Lou Williams, yeah, he has 17 points in 19 minutes, but he's accustomed to doing that. We can talk about each and every one of these individuals and talk about how they are helping their cause here, but I like what Gallo has been able to do tonight.
Teodosic has it at a distance, a big man on him. The ball is kicked away out of bounds. It'll go to the Clippers. Reset the shot clock from 13 to 14. Teodosic will bring it in. I'd like to see this group mount a bit of a comeback, see if they can. Reed comes up short. Out of bounds it will go. Guy bringing the ball in now was a Clipper for a few minutes, and in Summer League he was. Kyle Wiltshire. He came to the Clippers in the trade with Houston and was waived after a nondescript Summer League appearance. So he has a shot with this ball club, trying to earn one of the final 2 spots on the Raptors roster. Van Fleet has it. He made 5 threes in a scrimmage the other night. And there's McKinney knocking down a shot, another offensive rebound and basket. The lead is 16 for Toronto. Darius Thornwell is in for the Clippers. Johnson, the corner 3, won't bounce in. Reed battles for it. Loose ball foul is going to be called against the Raptors. Going to be on Wiltshire. Darius Thornwell is a second-round draft pick. The Clippers bought the pick. He fell to the 48th spot. The Clippers thought they just could not afford to let him go by. Teodosic goes out. So Lou Williams will be in the backcourt along with Rivers. The poke away and the steal. Bryce Johnson able to put it in. 115-101. Toronto on top. Andy Routens is in now.
Here we go again.
Going the other way one more time.
You know, this is something that, you know, come to a 2-foot stop. The Raptors have had 3 travels.
Here comes Rivers. 2:41 to go. Austin all the way to the basket. He finishes one off. Clippers down by a dozen. Here's Routens. His dad, a TV broadcaster for the Raptors. He's a very good three-point shooter. If he's to find a spot, he was a walk-on basically for this club. Williams, the Thornwell knocked away. Van Fleet taking the ball to the hole will earn a trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, you look at the
like you, undrafted in 2016. I mean, it's something to even make the league as an undrafted player.
No, it is, and it's one of those deals that, you know, Patrick Beverly went through, you know, being cut by Chicago, hometown team, 4 times. And, you know, at some point you wonder, is this for me? Or do I want to continue to try?
Van Fleet will try again. Took you, what, 4 years to finally carve out a real niche in the NBA?
About 3. Yeah. I got in at 24. Yeah.
Rivers. You went 4 years to college. Imagine these guys that go 1 year to college and all of a sudden they're in the NBA.
Exactly. Or, you know, and or better yet, I was unknown. I mean, so I was really knocking on doors like, hey, you guys got a tryout available?
Birtle. Ooh. Down hard is Reed to help him up.
Had to, you know, it was he tried to make an attempt at a charge, but you know, when you're that big, I used to always hear big men talk about, in no way no 6'10" guy should be taking a charge.
He's from Vienna, Austria. Jakob Poeltl.
Have you been to Austria?
I have, and I love it, yes. Poeltl misses the free throw. Coming up in the postgame show, brought to you by Mazda. And my mother's roots take us back to Austria. We've been back, and it's some beautiful country.
Oh, yeah?
Whoa!
I know, that was just
getting physical here. People getting knocked down left and right. 1:41 to go. Same two teams, 10 o'clock California time on Tuesday night. Clipper bench not happy with a couple of these calls.
I'm sure the officials are like, really? This early, we got to start going through this. I thought he was just trying to keep him from, having a clean dunk.
They're going to look at it. I feel for the young referees they've been bringing in during the Clipper scrimmages. They're just, local guys from Honolulu who don't know anything about the NBA. And they come in here, and every time they make a wrong call, I mean, these NBA players, they just chew them up and spit them out.
Right. See, I think he's just making a play on the ball there. But it's just that if he hadn't fallen, then it looks a little bit more egregious because of the fall. I think he's just making a good play because the whistle was blown. It's just like when the ball goes up and guys goaltend the ball from going in. DJ does it, Blake does it. KG started because he didn't want the players to see the ball go in the basket. So after the whistle was blown, they, even though they shoot, they go in. It's just at another level there. He was going to dunk it, and he stopped the dunk.
It was the follow-through that brought him down. They're going to take a good, close look at it and decide whether or not there's any flagrancy involved in it. And I'm usually wrong when I guess, so I won't guess this time. They're going to say it's a flagrant foul.
Oh, really?
Well, there's the call, and free throw and ball out of bounds, and Van Fleet will shoot the technical foul shot.
I wonder, it must have been the right arm that came over his shoulder and kind of.
I guess so.
I just feel like, it's bad enough. Some of these guys, they're trying out for the team. I hope they don't lose too much per diem.
I don't know what per diem is nowadays. It's something over $130 a day or something. I remember what it was like. I think it was $18.
Really?
Yes.
18?
Yes.
What can you get in today's, especially here in Hawaii? You can't get much with $18.
Well, this wasn't in Hawaii.
$18? That sounds like my per diem in college.
So it was a technical foul at that end on Reed, and a foul against the Raptors on that play that we saw. And Reed will go to the free throw line. So that didn't come out exactly as we thought it was going to. 118-105. Raptors lead it. Reed, a career 55% foul shooter, his third team in 3 years. But he's a player of value. St. Louis University of Billiken makes them both. 1:40 to go. There was a big hill to climb, down by 11. Runs to Poeltl, and he's fouled. Reed will draw the personal foul. Willie gets his first. Poeltl's free throw is good. 54% from the line as a rookie.
Now, what was your favorite dish in Austria?
Oh, probably, they take pork, what do they call it, a schnitzel? Pork schnitzel?
Pork schnitzel, huh?
Ball is kicked. Out it will go to the Clippers. They'll reset the shot clock from 12 to 14. What they call it, Wiener Schnitzel.
Wiener Schnitzel. Why don't they call it Wiener Schnitzel since it's a W?
Because it's Austria, that's why.
Ah, okay.
Like this Nowitzki. Cornwell. Bingo. So Darius, a streaky shooter. He'd love to get another look before this one's over. 119-110.
For him, that's really good because all you want to do is try to have some type of good impact when you're on the floor.
Guy averaged 14 points a game in the summer league for the Clippers.
I like the way that he made himself available for Austin Rivers on that particular play. He didn't stay in the corner.
Wilcher, ball fake.
Yeah.
Offensive foul. So Reed took the charge.
He took the charge. Ben Wallace would be happy right now. You know, big man didn't get the charge before. He said, maybe I have another opportunity. Let me slide there and pow.
And he sold it pretty well.
Sold it well.
Clippers down by 9, 53 seconds to go in the basketball game. Crowd enjoying NBA basketball in Honolulu. And brought to you by Mercury Insurance.
We talked about earlier all the different options you have with Gallinari on the floor. We saw him catch a lob, starts off the game with post-ups, and then taking the ball to the basket, strong with authority and lots of mozzarella.
Made 10 out of 12 free throws. That's a really solid performance. 28 minutes, 17 points.
And it seemed so effortless, and it came out of the confines of what they do. It wasn't that they featured him.
Rivers couldn't get the finish. Pirtle gets the rebound. 40 seconds to go. Is back in the gym for both these ball clubs tomorrow. Practicing out in the Kahala section, the Clippers in Waikiki Beach. Pirtle the rebound in the basket. Offensive rebounds have really hurt this club tonight.
Back to old school boxing out.
Yeah. That's their 8th of the game. Cornwell to the hole. Nice move. He scores and gets fouled. That's why the Clipper basketball staff is so high on this young guy.
But, you know, and this makes him feel so good because he's had 2 opportunities now. One was a 3, and then recognizing the closeout because he can shoot the 3 ball, getting in the air, taking the contact, being strong.
Second-round draft pick. He signed into a 3-year contract, which shows you how much they think of him. 121-113. 13 seconds to go, folks. Well, Bruce, good getting acquainted with you on the air. I've enjoyed it.
Same
Looking
here.
forward to a whole lot more of this.
Absolutely, Al.
So you have it. The final tally here. The Raptors hold on and get the win. 121-113.